Greta Garbo was a famous actress from Sweden. She was born in Stockholm, Sweden, on September 18, 1905. Greta started acting when she was very young. She was a beautiful woman with a special kind of charm. Many people loved her movies, and she became one of the biggest stars of the 1920s and 1930s. Greta was a shy person, and she didn't talk much in public. But when she was on the screen, she became someone else. She was able to show many different emotions. She could be sad, happy, angry, or in love, and her fans loved watching her. People said that Greta had a unique ability to express feelings with her eyes and face. She didn't need to say many words in her movies, because her face could tell the whole story. Greta started her career in Sweden. She went to drama school in Stockholm, and soon after, she got her first job in a Swedish movie. She worked hard, and soon, she became very popular in her home country. It wasn't long before Hollywood noticed her. In the 1920s, she moved to America, where she became a big star. When Greta arrived in Hollywood, she was very nervous. It was a new country, and she didn't speak English very well. But soon, she became famous in America too. She was in many silent films, and people loved her acting. Her first big success in America was the movie The Torrent, which was released in 1926. After that, Greta worked in many films, and she became one of the top actresses in Hollywood. In the 1920s, most films were silent, which means there was no talking in the movies. Actors used their faces and bodies to show what they felt. Greta was very good at silent films. Her big eyes and beautiful face helped her show many emotions without speaking. But when talking films became popular, Greta had to learn how to speak in English and use her voice on the screen. This was a big challenge for her, but she was able to do it. She made her first talking film, Anna Christie, in 1930. The movie was a big success, and her voice sounded just as beautiful as her face. Greta became very famous during the 1930s. She made many successful films, including Grand Hotel, 1932, Camille, 1936, and Ninotchka, 1939. In Camille, she played the role of a beautiful woman who gets very sick. The movie was very emotional, and people cried when they watched it. In Ninotchka, she played a very serious woman who learned to laugh and love. This movie was very funny, and it showed that Greta could be good at comedy, not just serious roles. People loved Greta's acting style. She was different from many other actresses. She didn't play happy characters all the time. In fact, many of her characters were sad or troubled. But that's what made her so special. She could make people feel what her characters felt. People said that Greta Garbo had a magic that could not be copied. She had a certain mystery, and many fans were fascinated by her. They wanted to know more about her, but she was a very private person, and didn't like to talk about her personal life. Even though Greta was so famous, she was very quiet and shy. She didn't like being in the spotlight. She often went out in public wearing hats and sunglasses so that people wouldn't recognize her. She also didn't give many interviews. She preferred to stay out of the public eye. People loved her even more because of this. Her mystery made her more interesting. Fans didn't know much about her personal life, and that made them want to know more. In the 1940s, Greta Garbo started making fewer films. She became tired of acting and decided to leave Hollywood. She made her last movie in 1941. It was called Two-Faced Woman. After that, she stopped acting and retired from the film industry. Many people were sad when they heard that she would not make any more movies. Greta Garbo had become one of the most famous and beloved actresses in the world. After retiring, Greta Garbo moved to New York City. She lived quietly and did not appear in public often. She loved walking around the city and spending time alone. Sometimes, people saw her in cafes or walking on the streets, but she was always very private and didn't want to talk to anyone. She lived in New York for the rest of her life. Greta Garbo's legacy as an actress has lasted for many years. Even though she made only a small number of films, she became a symbol of beauty, mystery, and talent. Her films are still watched by people today, and many people still admire her work. Greta Garbo was a very important part of Hollywood history, and she will always be remembered as one of the greatest actresses of all time. Throughout her career, she worked with many famous directors, and her movies have become classics. In fact, many film experts believe that Greta Garbo's style of acting helped shape the film industry. She had a natural ability to show deep emotions, and this made her one of the most beloved actresses of her time. Her movies were not just about the stories. They were about the way she brought characters to life. Greta Garbo did not only play roles in romantic dramas. She showed that she could handle different genres. Her work in comedy, especially in Ninotchka, surprised many people because they didn't know she could be so funny. But it wasn't just about the roles she played. It was also about how she brought something unique to every character. Greta Garbo was not only a beautiful woman. She was a great actress who could bring a special feeling to the screen. After her retirement, Greta Garbo stayed out of the public eye, but her name lived on. In fact, people continued to talk about her and her amazing films. Her name became a symbol of the golden age of Hollywood, and many young actresses looked up to her. She was someone who inspired generations of people, both in acting and in the way she lived her life. Greta Garbo's influence continues to this day, and her movies are still celebrated. Her career might have been short, but the impact she had on cinema will never be forgotten. She may have stepped away from the spotlight, but her legacy as one of the greatest actresses in history remains.